which is exactly the same thing as the 1984 Kawasaki Gpz900 that was used to build the motorcycle that Maverick rode in Top Gun. Balls. Okay, here. Ooh, hands, fingers and hands. And there go some bolts. I'm a professional. Hey, Kenny Loggins, are you still here? Yeah. Yes. What's up, people, and welcome back to Casey's 80s Garage. So apparently 2 days ago it was National Top Gun Day. I know it's like National Everything Day, but that's kind of cool. We were listening to 80s music, and there's a guy here that looks just like Kenny Loggins. What? Anyway, but I heard Danger Zone like 4 times, so it basically was just like Top Gun Day. So we should get back to building the motorcycle from the movie. So come on and have a look. This is a 1986 Kawasaki Gpz900R, which is exactly the same thing as the 1984 Kawasaki Gpz900 that was used to build the motorcycle that Maverick rode in Top Gun. For all you guys that will remember the bike, of course, from all the evocative scenes, riding off into the sunset, getting pissed and riding a wheelie through an intersection, everything like that, same bike. But for the movie, it was painted black and red because Kawasaki wouldn't give them a free bike. They wanted to debadge it and all. So it was, it was an icon for that movie, an icon for the 80s. We've got all the correct stickers that we're going to put on it. And an upcoming one, we're going to obviously be painting all the original bodywork as well as the fix-up fiberglass. But big problem. This bike would probably be done right now or close to, but the original motor in it, which is sitting in the corner over there, had a bad bottom end and made a horrific sound when we got it running and all together, which was a big drag because we were really close. Fortunately, though, there's a motorcycle salvage place up by Lake Erie in Ohio that I was able to find a replacement motor for, and they give you a 90-day guarantee, so we need to get this thing in and running and make sure the engine's worth a darn so I can get it back. This particular motor is actually from an 84 ZX900, same exact engine. And it looks pretty good. I got the clean one. There was another one to choose from, but it didn't come with some of the covers, the starter, or the water pump. So I had to remove those items from the original motor. So like here's the starter, and if you want to come over here, you can see all the bits that we removed. And you know, honestly, I didn't want to do all this work because I've got plenty of projects going on with Genius Garage and the Lycan build and the other 80s stuff that's fun. But it is going to be a good opportunity to go over everything, make it super clean and nice. So since I'm stuck going down this path, it's going to be an even better bike. And I'm building it to ride. It's also kind of a major downer that the movie's not coming out this summer. Obviously, Top Gun 2, should really be a summer blockbuster, I think, in America. And we can ride motorcycles and have a good time. But apparently it's slated for the winter, which is insanely depressing. So I'm going to fight that depression by building a motorcycle, and you should too. So come on over here. Let's look at the motor we got and where we're at. And let's clean it up a little bit and get it in the frame today so I can keep rolling on it. So some of the differences with this being out of the ZX900 versus the GPZ, which is the Ninja, of course, here. The water neck on the back on this engine that the bike came out of has a different water neck, whereas on the GPZ, actually I could be wrong. Oh, that's a separate thermostat housing. Never mind, I digress. So anyway, I took this off thinking it was different, but turns out it's the same. It's just here's the thermostat housing. And there go some bolts. I'm a professional. So got that out to clean it up, and I had to order new gaskets for this side. In fact, if you want to walk around over here real quick, you can see what's going on. I can't really just pick up this motor easy. Sorry, guys. But you can see this area has been removed, and in a moment we're going to go take a look. This is where the sprocket goes on, and the oil fill is, and the sight tube, and this is the detents and the shifter barrel for shifting gears and all that, and the clutch push rod goes in here somewhere. This is the drive for the water pump, and this is where the starter goes. So what I'm doing right now is we're going to put this motorcycle, or put this engine in, because all of these things can be done later. So I'm just trying to save my time while I'm waiting for the gaskets and everything to come for the covers and such. In the meantime, I can clean everything up. Now, you might think, hey, I just need a few gaskets. You can get them individually. Well, I was able to order an entire gasket kit for this motor with all the O-rings, presumably even the exhaust, even the head gaskets and everything for about $125. So it really made sense just to get a whole kit rather than try to pick and choose. So especially considering that, the water jackets and stuff had O-rings, they're getting old. And now that I have the opportunity to work on this, now is the time, shall we say. So come on back over here and I'll show you what I'm gonna do. So these pieces of paper stuck in the intake, that's fine to do. But I don't trust anybody or anything when it comes to intakes, and my past Genius Garage students, when we go racing, will know that when we take off the air filter. So I already looked down all the intake ports with my flashlight, and I could see in, and they're a little grody, but you can tell where at least one had a spider with a nest or something in there, and the spider's long since died. But I just want to make sure there's no big contaminants in there that could cause an issue when it starts. Nothing big. So I'm just going to kind of stick my blower inside here. Just blow out the debris. Ooh, yeah, there's some oil in that one. Now it's all over me. Hooray. All right, so here we go, do it like this. Now, truthfully, if you're blowing in one where it's in the position of the timing that the intake valves are open, you know, there very likely could have been something that already fell down your pistons. So that's an opportunity when you have the spark plugs out to look down in there, which we're going to want to do today, just to be sure, being obsessive compulsive, because I'd hate to hurt this motor. You know, it takes a long time to take them apart, get them all set up. This is a water-cooled engine, so, you know, you also got to make sure that all the, you know, your coolant and everything's going. So I really just don't ever want to have to put an engine in this thing again. I'd rather just do this and take care of it. So let's go ahead and grab, come on. I have to admit, this is kind of annoying because I let out my tools and then you go work on it. So for all you people out there that work on your own stuff, how annoying is it when somebody else uses your tools and then you go to look for them and you're like, where's my stuff? I'm gonna be here for a little while. Oh, hey, a spark plug, what do you know? Looks kind of skanky. All right, so maybe I should get smart and replace those. Yeah, these are nice and new. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to running this, riding it. The first one that I built last year, you guys may remember, went to Folds of Honor. That's that military-based charity. It was really cool, led by a guy who's a fighter pilot and aggressor pilot and instructor for the United States Air Force. So that's pretty neat. I was really honored that my build got to go there. So I got to build this new one for me. I want to have some fun. Here you go. I don't know if you can see down in there. Do the best you can. You looking there? All right, so what I'm gonna do, I really just wanted to do that for a quick visual, make sure nothing crazy is going on. These I'm gonna replace. So right now, I'm just gonna real easy, just start to thread them back in. They don't have to be all the way in. I'm not gonna try to start it like, come out. Darn it, okay. So this is where everybody's gonna be like, Casey, why are you working on the floor if you're so fancy? Because all the fancy stuff is for the students that are around here and their cool build. I hope you guys are enjoying the Lycan build, the Hyper Sport, if you're watching this channel or are new to it. Genius Garage is building the one surviving stunt car. Actually, I should say the only full body. There was a stunt car from Fast and the Furious for the Lycan Hyper Sport that exists. So it's pretty cool that Genius Garage gets to do that. A lot of neat things going on with that. Obviously, my fun side, Casey's 80s garage, the 928 behind me, the Porsche 944, Volkswagen Scirocco, and the Toyota MR2. If you guys are into that, I hope you stick around. And then also, I'm going to start in the future, Casey's Dangerous History, where we remake some of the coolest race cars from the past. One example, if you look right there, is a 1917 Auburn. You can just turn and look. And that car was a pile of rusty bits in a barn, and the owner wanted a car built out of it. Well, it makes no sense to restore it back to original because all that stuff's gone. So I'm gonna build a period correct race car. And then after that, I'm gonna replicate some really cool stuff that I think you guys are gonna enjoy. So I'm gonna use this opportunity to I have these blue rags that are new, and I'm gonna put them back in there so I know I've already checked them and everything's good, rather than that dumb paper that's sitting around. And also, and everybody's got different ways to do this. You duct tape it, you got your own way. So I know there's gonna be like 15 people comment below, well, this is the way I do it. And I'm like, okay, guy, well, this is the way I do it. Take a nice disposable shop towel, but I kind of sort of fold it up and make it into a ball, if you wanna come in here and look, so that I can stick it in here. The exhaust is something you gotta worry about too, but I worry more about the intakes because obviously it's gonna suck something in. The exhaust is more likely to blow it out. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do with this. And we're gonna go take a look at that other cover over there when I'm going on. But right now, you can see that the paint is sort of just sad and old from things being thrown on it. So I'm gonna do a quickie job. I know it sounds You guys are gonna be like, Casey, you're not restoring it. You're not doing an amazing job. Well, I'm not trying to do this crazy Pebble Beach restoration. All I'm trying to do is freshen up myself a super bitchin' 80s bike to ride around and have a good time and look good. And you know what? It's gonna get dirty. So I'm gonna do a reasonable job of making it look nice and cleaning it up. So what I did here is I just used a little brake cleaner, sort of hose it down just to get impurities off. And in a moment, when that evaporates the rest of the way, I'm just gonna shoot it with some gloss enamel on the backside. This backside doesn't get real hot, so it's not that important to get crazy with like super high temp stuff. And I'm just gonna freshen it up. You're virtually not going to be able to see it, but you want it to look nice and fresh on the inside. And that's why if you wanna look right here, you can see that I took the opportunity to take degreaser and shop rag and just sort of clean up in here, because this is gonna be my one opportunity, because I really don't wanna ever have to take this engine out again unless something crazy is wrong with it. But in all honesty, when you start having some older bikes and some things to play with, for as much as I would probably end up riding this, as long as I take care of it, it's gonna last probably as long as I'm gonna be able to ride motorcycles for. So on that very depressing note, let's go look at what I'm working on over here. All right, so down in here, it looks like I forgot my brush. It's kind of nice to have a big pot like this. Come on in and look, or you're not gonna be able to see it. And I've been soaking this a bit, but this is some really heavy grease mixed with oil, mixed with road grime and everything from the chain going around. So I was letting it soak a bit. I don't actually have a parts washer, that'd be nice. But a lot of the stuff I work on isn't like restoration things or like heavy maintenance things. So it's just not really, didn't get used as much as you might think. So for this circumstance where I'm just working on an old bike, I'm just using an old pot. All right, so I imagine some of you have utilized pots and pans for cleaning up or doing automotive or motorcycle things. This pan, actually I've had around for a long time. It's like, I don't know, it's called like a Bain Marie. It's like an industrial aluminum cooking stew pot. And the reason I bought this is it was cheaper to get one of these than have like some custom thing machined. And this pot, I would actually dismantle them and take the handles off and cut it to make like part of what was the turbine Batmobile replica I did, because it replicates interesting parts. So it's an example of using things that already existed. But I got a story for you. So way back in the day, when I was living with my parents, I wanted to do an experiment on different types of viscosities and motor oils, because you know, you can go to an auto parts store and stuff, and it's like, well, here's what weight you need to get. This is thicker, this is lighter weight. And there's all kinds of old timers that are like, you need to use something thick in your sports car. Straight 50 in a Ferrari is a great idea. It's not. Don't do that. But anyway, I wanted to learn, like, what is it like? What's the difference between natural and synthetic? Like, the practical difference. So what I did was, I took my mom's cupcake pan, and I put in a similar amount of different weights of motor oil and gear oil in it. And then I started heating it up with a thermometer, because I wanted to physically see how much thinner it gets. When does it bubble? What does it do? Does it change color? Like, so I would, room temperature, I'd jiggle it and see how viscous and thick it is, and I'd mark it all down. And then I would just start heating it up, and I'd see how it changed. And it's fascinating to do that, because then you can have a seat of the pants right on, right now feel for what motor oil does in a car, which is a heck of a lot better than not knowing and just guessing and just going by, you know, what people tell you. It's just, you don't even know, you know? And it was like, synthetic's better for protection. Well, maybe not in every case. You know, and if you've got a race engine, are you going to have real tight tolerances and you got to warm it up? Are you going to go a little loose because your motor builder knows that, you know, it's a short warm up and you might have to stomp on it early? You know, all those things come into play. But anyway, have you guys ever had to use your mother's or your significant other's cooking utensils for something? I know my little brother, his trick was when his wife was away, he would take a metal item that he wanted a wrinkle finish, you know, like not a Ferrari valve cover, but kind of like doing that, like on a motorcycle part or something. And then he would hit it with the wrinkle and he would put it in the oven on low. His wife wasn't around to like powder coat stuff, kind of. Okay, so this part is looking a lot better. I'm not gonna go to town on it fully and bore you guys to tears, but I am gonna soak this down one more time, just so I can come back to it and get the rest of the grease. This is pretty skunky. All right, stay there. Maybe, no, yes, no, yes. Okay, back in the bucket. All right, so I just want to show you guys that. That's going to go on the side, and that's something that I'm going to need the new gasket for. I'm also going to need a new O-ring because I believe the the shifter shaft goes through it, as well as the output shaft for the engine. Of course, that spins. So I want all that stuff to seal really well. So what do we got? Okay, so the engine's going to come in this way. It's got to raise up. I've got 2 big bolts here that'll hold it in the front, and then 2 long ones in the back. So my objective is going to be, 1, to make sure everything's out of the way so I don't have to take it out again for doing it in improper order. All right, here we go. That's good. So I can see that there, right, if you want to come in and look close, there is a mount here and a mount here for the long bolt. Up here, there is a mount here, but none right there. And if I'm not mistaken, the reason there's none right there is because it goes in like that. So I'm thinking my objective here, the reason is probably for taking it out. So I'm going to get the motor in place, bring it up here, slide that big bolt through to hold it, slide these 2 bolts in up here, then the motor will be held, and then I won't need a helper again. So, hey Kenny Loggins, are you still here? Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, 1980s Kenny Loggins.
What's in the danger zone?
Danger zone. Danger zone. Yeah. You think we should get a jack?
Yeah.
You've had to have done this a bunch of times. Do you want to go from this side since the engine's already over here?
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
I was thinking like it would still slide through either way. So.
Yeah, but like the engine's already here. Do you want to put the jack right there and put it on? Kenny Loggins is too pretty to lift. He's going to have to push the jack on. Are you ready? Yep. Do you want to like get more ready? Because I'm not going to be able to lift this that well. Yep, that's not that bad.
Yeah.
Oh, that could have been worse.
Yeah.
Maybe. Wait, could have been better. This is going badly. Yeah. Oh. Balls. Okay, here. Ooh, hands, fingers and hands. This is not going well. Hold on. Hello, everybody. This is the best way to do this. In no way is this dangerous and/or stupid or amateur. Wow, that is like resting on nothing. Here's the top bolts here. This is the one for this side.
Yep.
Do you want to have that one ready over there? Okay. So are those 2 long ones the same size?
Yes, they are.
Okay. I believe I have to put one in from this side, so may I have a long one? This is where we definitely need another person. Do you want to try hopping off the bike and being the jack guy?
Yeah.
I guess I'm going to be the... Oh, but do we have... Got this one.
I have this one.
So I guess I'll put it here. Okay.
Here's the second one if you'd like.
Oh, look at that. Yeah. Yes. Can we go up? Can we just go straight up? Yeah, keep going. Keep going. Oh, Kenny Loggins, yes.
Yes. Go up a little bit more on my side.
Just a smidge. You got yours in? Yep. Okay, up a little, please. Come on, boys. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that is held.
All right.
Is the bike trying to fall over now?
It might try to move forward a bit, but yeah, fine. Do you have anything pinching on your side? Like a wire harness or anything? My side's good, so.
No, it appears we're reasonable here. I just have to get this.
Yeah. There's a spacer that should.
Oh, I got it.
You got the bottom one?
Yes, sir. All right.
The top went through. I think there's a spacer.
I think the bolt's going from that side, but I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay, let's hope we can get this in now. Thank you.
Yeah. I think we're missing a little bracket. There's a little triangulator. Yeah, that one.
Ooh, a triangulator.
Yeah.
Is that a word?
Triangulated, I guess.
I like triangulator better. Oh gosh, that didn't go well. Okay, you want to stick that through?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so that will go there, that will go there. All right, I need an Allen wrench. That'd make me look smart. This one's probably too big. Tell you what, do you want to find the nuts for the big Allen wrenches at the top? Yeah. The Allen bolts there, and I'll find an Allen wrench for this bottom one. Oh, nice. Okay, thank you. Okay.
Bolts around those top two.
Yes, sir. Here's that one. All right. Well, you guys, so the engine's in place thanks to a friend. As Let's see, here we go. Ooh, that was kind of sketchy. But I hope this inspires you guys to get out there, build a bike, have some fun. I have to admit though, with this one, you know, when you buy something that's not running, or running when you buy it, you're taking a chance. And on this circumstance, it didn't work out in my favor too well. And since I've had this bike, especially with this whole fixing it up has taken as long as it has, I would have been much better off waiting, finding one that was running and together, buying that for more money, because I'd have less in it in the long run and fix it up. So I hope you guys learned from this and are enjoying the build. I'm enjoying getting it together. Did you find that stuff? Okay, cool. So come back next time. We'll keep buttoning it up, cleaning it up, getting exhaust and everything on to start it up. But until then, I hope you guys subscribe and I'll see you next time. I hope you enjoyed today's video and naturally that you will subscribe, but please click that bell so I can continue to bring you wholesome and entertaining automotive content. Also, a huge thanks to Avalon King ceramic coating. They're supporting this channel and making this all possible. But more importantly, I'm looking forward to using it on all of my vehicles, including my old dirt bike. Ceramic coating bonds directly to the surface of your paint, trim, and plastics to give a long-lasting shine that beats all waxes. It lasts for years and it's easy to maintain. I've got it on my Viper right now and my car has never looked this good. So give them a try. Again, thanks for watching and I look forward to see you next time.